Ever wondered about the world's largest fishery ships? Join us on a voyage to discover their incredible capacity and the ship factories that craft these oceanic giants. Ready to explore the world of maritime marvels? The FV Margaris, formerly known as the Abel Tasman, was a highly controversial super trawler that garnered international attention due to its immense size and its impact on marine ecosystems. At the time of my last knowledge update in September 2021, the FV Margaris was one of the largest fishery vessels globally, measuring approximately 142 meters, 466 feet in length. This massive vessel was originally built in 1985 and underwent extensive renovations before entering service. It was primarily used for catching pelagic fish species like mackerel and jack mackerel. Equipped with advanced fishing technology, the FV Margaris could process and freeze large quantities of fish while at sea, raising concerns about overfishing and bycatch. The FV Margaris faced controversy and bans in several countries, including Australia, where its presence led to heated debates about its environmental impact and the sustainability of its fishing practices. Critics argued that the super trawler could deplete local fish stocks and harm marine ecosystems. The vessel's operations underscored the ongoing global challenge of balancing the demands of the fishing industry with the need for responsible and sustainable resource management. However, please note that developments surrounding the FV Margaris may have occurred since my last update in September 2021. The Lafayette was an imposing fish processing and factory ship that operated under the ownership of the Russian company Okeanrybflot. Renowned for its massive size and advanced capabilities, the Lafayette played a significant role in the global fishing industry. This gargantuan vessel was primarily designed for offshore fish processing and had the extraordinary capability to process and freeze substantial quantities of fish while out at sea. Its onboard processing facilities were equipped with cutting-edge technology, allowing for the efficient handling of fish catches. The Lafayette was instrumental in extending the reach and capacity of Russia's fishing operations. Its operations included catching various species of fish, processing them into various seafood products, and flash freezing the final products for export to markets worldwide. Despite its impressive capabilities and contributions to Russia's fishing industry, the Lafayette, like many other large fishery vessels, faced scrutiny and regulation concerning overfishing and environmental concerns. The Atlantic Dawn was an Irish-owned super trawler that held a prominent position as one of the largest fishing vessels in Europe. Its operations were primarily focused on catching pelagic fish, including mackerel and herring. This imposing vessel played a significant role in the European fishing industry, but its activities also raised important questions about sustainable fishing practices and their impact on marine ecosystems. Measuring approximately 144 meters, 472 feet in length, the Atlantic Dawn was a behemoth of the seas. Equipped with state-of-the-art fishing technology and processing facilities, it could catch and process vast quantities of pelagic fish. This included deploying enormous nets that could encircle schools of fish, a method known as purse seining. While the Atlantic Dawn contributed to the supply of mackerel and herring to global seafood markets, its operations were not without controversy. Concerns were raised about the potential for overfishing, bycatch, and the impact on local fish stocks. Many environmental organizations and local fishing communities argued that such massive vessels could deplete fish populations and disrupt marine ecosystems. Hold on a minute, my fishing friend. Before we sail any further, don't forget to hook that subscribe button like a pro angler. It's the best way to stay hooked on our fishy tales and ocean adventures. So click that button and let's dive back in. The Geelong Star, formerly known as the Abel Tasman, was a super trawler that stirred significant controversy and debate due to concerns regarding its operations and their potential impact on local fish stocks and marine ecosystems. This vessel was particularly notorious in the context of the Australian fishing industry. Measuring around 95 meters, 311 feet in length, the Geelong Star was a massive fishing vessel equipped with advanced technology designed for catching pelagic species, such as mackerel and redbite. Its fishing method primarily involved deploying large nets capable of sweeping up substantial quantities of fish. One of the primary concerns surrounding the Geelong Star was the potential for overfishing and the impact on local fish populations. Critics argued that its operations could deplete fish stocks, especially in sensitive and ecologically important areas. Furthermore, There were concerns about bycatch and the unintended capture of non-target species, which can include protected or vulnerable marine life. The controversy surrounding the Geelong Star led to protests from environmental organizations and local fishing communities in Australia. Public outcry and political pressure prompted government investigations into its fishing practices and the introduction of stricter regulations on super trawlers. The Damanzio, a Chinese-owned factory ship, held the distinction of being one of the largest vessels in the world dedicated to fish processing and freezing while at sea. Operating primarily in distant waters, it played a pivotal role in China's rapidly expanding global fishing industry. Measuring approximately 229 meters, 751 feet in length, the Damanzio was a behemoth of the seas. This massive factory ship was equipped with state-of-the-art technology and facilities designed to process, package, and freeze large quantities of fish and other seafood products. Its capacity to process fish on an industrial scale made it a significant contributor to China's seafood exports. The Damanzio was known for its long-distance fishing expeditions, often venturing far from Chinese shores to access abundant fishing grounds. This practice raised concerns regarding overfishing in international waters and the potential strain on global fish stocks. Critics argued that such large-scale industrial fishing vessels could deplete marine resources and disrupt fragile ecosystems. China's growing presence in global fisheries also led to diplomatic tensions, as some countries accused Chinese vessels, including the Damanzio, of engaging in illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing practices in their exclusive economic zones. In response to these concerns, countries like Ecuador and Peru have taken steps to combat IUU fishing by strengthening their maritime surveillance and enforcement efforts against vessels like the Damanzio operating in their waters. The Ouyang 70 was a substantial fishery vessel owned by Sajo Ouyang Corporation, primarily operating in New Zealand waters to catch hoki, a valuable fish species. With a length of around 101 meters, 331 feet, it utilized advanced fishing technology and onboard processing facilities. However, the vessel faced controversy and legal actions due to concerns over bycatch, overfishing, and the treatment of crew members. In 2010, the Ouyang 70 gained notoriety when 3 crew members tragically died on board, drawing attention to unsafe working conditions in the fishing industry. This incident prompted investigations and calls for improved labor practices and safety standards. The Ouyang 70's case underscored broader issues surrounding sustainable fishing practices, responsible vessel management, and worker treatment in the fishing sector. In response, New Zealand implemented stricter regulations and increased oversight of foreign-owned fishing vessels operating in its waters. And there you have it, folks, our voyage through the world of enormous fishery ships. If you've been hooked by our exploration, don't forget to reel in that subscribe and like button. Thanks for joining us today, and stay tuned for more deep-sea discoveries.